All right, welcome back to Kathryn Scraps Live. My name is Kathryn. This is the Measy Spring Pock-Velope album, which is the medium easy spring pocket envelope album. We are doing this as a live, all instructions given celebration of the new studio. Kind of welcome back. Let's have some fun together. It's going to be a YouTube playlist. Of course, it will be in the archives, like everything is always in the archives. Now, we have done all the construction except for, of course, the cover, because that has to happen at the end. We have done the matting for page 1 and page 2, and now we're going to do the matting for page 3. And now we're going to have to keep in mind as we do the matting for page 3 that it's got a vibe, you know, with page 2. So it's going to add a new little layer of complexity. We can't choose any patterns that are just going to look like totally awful. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Right off the bat, I'm going to use one of the craft paper ones. Ooh, actually, maybe I'll use this. It's looking very cute, Gretchen. I agree. Very fun. Very festive. Fun and festive. And while I'm in here, I'm going to pull this one. We'll grab 2 from this one. All right, grab 2 from there. Let's see the rest of them. Sorry for the sniffles, but my nose is a little itchy today. All right. So I'm thinking maybe put those at the top. Oops, let me pull it down a little bit. All right, so Jill either already knew what 2 birds, 1 stone means, or she looked it up. She can let us know. But it's 2 birds with 1 stone is a score when shooting slingshots. So it's a sport terminology. Well, sometimes when they're really big, Donna said it turned out the papers ended up blending together like they were part of one collection more than she thought they would. And sometimes when they're big it's like, because it's so much pattern, it seems like a lot, but then when they're smaller, it can work. All right, so I think this for the envelope flap. So you can see I'm laying them out like next to the pieces they'll be laid out next to. Oh, Jill knew, because when they do slingshots when they're camping. Wow. Well, thanks for sharing with us, Jill. Now we all learned something today. All right, let's go ahead. Okay. All right, so we've got everything laid out. So I'm going to start with the, oh no, we need our envelope liner. So we need 1 more. Maybe something in this, or like in this. So we're just looking for a liner for the envelope, and these are the 2 envelope pieces. So something that'll go with them. But not be too overpowering. I wonder if just like an ombre like this is maybe the way to go. Ooh, what about this? Yeah, why not? Melanie. So Melanie says that she doesn't think she'd be good at slingshots because she'd probably just be slingshotting herself all the time, and I can totally see myself slingshotting myself. That's completely within the realm of possibility. Oh, your poor children, Mary, having to learn, and their poor children. I had friends who were really committed that their kid was going to be polite and use correct English like from the beginning, so they didn't really use baby talk or anything. And I knew that if he was to if he wanted something, he had to say, "Miss so and so, may I please have the thing that I want?" And I remember one time I had a wooden bracelet, very colorful, and I was walking past him. He was sitting in his high chair, and he just touched it with his hand, and he said, "Can I have this?" And I looked at him and I said, "I don't think that's how you are supposed to ask for things." And he said, "May I Miss Kathryn, may I have this bracelet, please?" And so I gave it to him, and then his parents just like fell over laughing in the living room. So because they appreciated the support, but they said his grandparents will not enforce it. So they thought it was funny that I did. All right, so there's that piece. So the next piece is 6 3/4 by 7 1/4, and that's going to be this one. All right, so then the liner. And then this is, I need to just be stacking them up over here. 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. All right, and then 6 3/4 by 2 1/4. I think I might want it to be, oh no, that's okay. Well, no, I like this purple better. I'm going to cut another strip. And then I'm going to all right. I'm going to use the back of this scrap. I'm actually going to cut a pink one. I just want to see them side by side, I think. Because I do still have that pink scrap. What is half of 6 3/4? It's 3 1/4 plus an eighth. 3 3/8. All right. Okay, so here's the pink one. All right, so there's the purple and there's the pink. Let me just turn the pink upside down, and I think that's it. I think it is the pink after all. And then, like I said, we'll use this scrap for the button and string closures. All right. Okie dokie. Now get our brads. I'm going to ink these. And then we'll brad them up. Get bradded. I'm just gonna I didn't even take the brads out, so obviously I'm using my Galaxy brain today. All right. So we're going to do I'm just going to do 12-inch. Now, one thing that's kind of funny is that both of my set fabric scissors are missing now. So I don't know where they ended up. But no joke, the fabric scissors that I bought to replace the ones that went missing, and then I found the missing ones right before we moved. Now the missing ones are missing, and oh wait, no, they just fell on the bottom. Okay, never mind. She's laughing at me again, friends. She's laughing at me again. Fabric scissors have been found. You know, when we decided to share an office, I didn't realize it was going to be a lot of judginess from the corner. I don't know why I didn't take that into consideration. So, all right. We should put a mic on her so that she can really make fun of me. Although her employer might not appreciate her taking a 2-hour break in the afternoon to make fun of her sister. So, we'll see. We'll see. Cheap scissors. She just doesn't know the pain. It's true. It's true. She doesn't know what it's like to lose a sewing scissor that you stole from your college wardrobe department in the early 2000s. 2000s. that not only is it a beautiful sewing scissor, but it has sentimental value. All right, so we'll get our templates. Now they're roasting me for being surprised that my sibling is making fun of me and laughing at me. She said that you that's exactly right. I deserve to be roasted. So she agrees with the chat that I was silly to think that wasn't going to happen. You know, see, I wrote this down and then I didn't do it. So unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to change all the envelopes because I'm not getting it. No, they were lost. Oh, I changed the wrong measurement. They were lost and they were found right before we moved. So, but they weren't found until I purchased new ones, of course, because sewing scissors are expensive. So that was... Alrighty, so I have my big project in the office right now that the camera and lights are mostly good, is, and I kind of touched on this a little bit last week, but in my previous office, I had one 5x5 expedite, or calyx as they're now called, 2 4x2 expedites, and one 2x2 expedite. And I now have one 5x5 and one 4 by and one 4x2, and that's it. So I've lost a total of 12 cubes. So it's about really optimizing for efficiency. So there were cubes before that were just kind of like, oh, I'll put that away later, where stuff would just accumulate, and now we don't have room for that kind of stuff. So, you know, I've been, like, I was out here for a few hours last night, really consolidating cubes and getting things organized and things like that. I can mail the borrowed one back. No, I am they're never getting it back. They deserve what happened to them. So, because they cheated me out of money that they said they would pay me for directing a play. So their punishment for not paying me, by the way, they shorted me $500. So the sewing scissors are just like more like a moral victory than an actual fiscal victory. So yeah, and then they had the like nerve to ask me to come direct the play the next year. And when I said I would only do it if they paid me what they owed me for last year, and then showed all the receipts and whatnot, then they never called me again. So they realized that they were bad. They were naughty. So, all right. Now, so we're going to go ahead and get this situated. Candy says it's that's just how scissors are. She has 2 sets of Tim Holtz scissors and 2 sets of cutter bees. Cutter bees are great. Do they still make cutter bees? And 2 sets of cutter bees because of ones reappearing right after their replacements have been found. So, but anyway, all right, so, there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just stick these 2 down because they're ready to go. And then we'll let it come together another way. You have cutter bees that you can't find? All right. So, oops, got to do this one. But yeah, so yeah, they have sentimental value. But we found them. And all right, so, but yeah, so I've been working on my cubes, and I've done, the most recent thing I did is I used to store all my pattern paper that I had collected because it was beautiful but not really used much of. I used to store them in bins, but in the new system, I have been able to store them in the cubes themselves and just use like shelf dividers to keep them upright and such. So that's kind of why you're seeing a lot of this older paper, is because as I was putting it away, I was like, oh, look at all this pretty paper that I haven't used and I want to use it. So normally I try to use digital paper so that you can at least have it printed if you want to follow along, but this one's an all stasher. So, but I have done a project. It's in the archives on how to make kits from your stash and then how to make albums from the kits from your stash. So, that is in the archives if you're interested, and it's part of, I want to say, the Half the Fun album is the album that we made from the stash kit. I want to say it's that one version of Half the Fun in the archives, the portrait version, is the How to Make Your Own Kits class. All right, so now let's do the liner. And this one I don't need to tape the, or do the hole because it's the liner, it doesn't have a hole. It's not part of the closure. So, all right. I like making kits. I think it's fun. I agree. So we're going to put a big tag, I think, in the long pocket. We'll do like a photo mat tag where we can put 2 photo mats in a journaling spot. And that way we'll get a lot of photo mats on each page. So I think that's what'll go in the big pockets. But in the medium pockets, I think we'll just do inserts and cards and stuff. And then in the small pockets, we'll also do single photo mats and maybe 4x6 cards and things. So that's what we shall accomplish. Wow, this second page is really coming together. I think we're going to really like how it all looks together. It's not crap. It's professionally curated crafting supplies. Exactly. Exactly. It's a collection. It's a collection. All right, so this one now, once again, gonna score it, and then I'm gonna score it at what? I wrote it down. Apparently I didn't write it on the envelope flap though. It's not 2 1/8, it's 2 3/8, right? Hopefully that's correct. All right, I have to pause real quick. I'm going to leave the broadcast going, but I'm going to turn the microphone off. I'll be right back though. Back. Sorry about that. Okay. Where was I? I was working on this. Okay. So I was talking about organizing. One of the things I've realized is, and I kind of knew this, but if it's in a bin, if it's in a drawer, it doesn't exist. You know, I definitely need to see things. That's so what I'm working on with this organizing, and kind of why it's taking me longer than I thought it would, is because I just can't do the same thing I did in the last house. One, because like I said, I'm down 12 cubes anyway. But the other is because I've just realized that, you know, I don't see things that aren't in front of my face. So I just have to kind of accommodate that. All right, so everybody's taped now. So I just use what I see, and I'll just make what I see work, you know. And so if I want to use up older stuff, it's got to be in my face. So what I'm trying to do is put into bins things that you're going to go looking for them, because when you need them, you know. So like binding machines and the coils that go with binding machines and things like that, you know, those can all go together in a bin, because, you know, when you need a binding machine, you need it. It doesn't need to be sitting out all the time. Man. All right. All right, so we got that there. Now we'll slide this one in. Then we'll add the liner, and another page will be done. We might even, maybe, have time to get another page matted. And even if we don't, we at least have time to get the paper selected. All right, got that down, and now this one, and with a page. Wow. All right. So yeah, so that's the thing that I'm working on, is, and it's just going to take, you know, the time that it takes. All right. Beautiful. All right, and they look totally good together. No problem. Okay. One more page done, ready for inserts. So let's go to the next layout. So we're halfway done matting the pages now. So we're halfway done with the matting process. Okay, so that'll conclude this video. For those of you who are watching in the YouTube playlist, just check the playlist to see the next video. If it's not there already, it will be there in a day or two. Just hang tight. If you're in the archives, just go ahead and click to the next video, because it's already there for you. And for those of you who are watching live, just hang tight, because nothing's going to change. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.